The telephone has evolved quickly over the last several decades, gradually giving the user more and more freedoms and abilities. However, ethical and legal issues have arisen, especially from the recent implementation of the smartphone, that require legislative action to properly address. The first widely distributed phones had cords that limited individual mobility and simple features that were solely focused on communication. But soon after, cordless home phones were created and they quickly became a household item, allowing for in-home movement. Naturally, the next step was the cell phone. We saw phones without cords and took the idea to the next level, creating wireless networks that everyone was connected to all the time. Finally, the cell phone progressed to the smartphone, a tool that combines a portable phone with the internet, a camera, music, calendars, and much more. We all enjoy the benefits of the smartphone, evident from how widely owned and used they are by all people of different age groups. A technologically interconnected world could prove to be beneficial to our future in many ways, but when everyone is connected through the same source at all times, there are underlying legal implications that need to be investigated and assessed. Who controls the data that we use and communicate with? Who is watching? In the beginnings of the existence of the telephone, it was much more difficult to track the user. Yet now, with smartphones and tracking abilities, everyone carries their phone with them, creating privacy issues that sprung from new technological abilities. According to Tom Carter of the World Socialist website, President Obama has recently decided to expand the authorization of legal surveillance over American citizens, which was enacted by George Bush after 9/11. Declan McCullough, the chief political correspondent for CNET Research, claimed that the FBI is asking internet companies not to oppose a controversial proposal that will require firms including Microsoft, Facebook, Yahoo, Google, and Skype to build in backdoors for government surveillance. Moreover, writer for the Center of Research on Globalization Tom Burghardt states that Apple's iPhone and iPad, Google's Android and Microsoft's Windows 7 operating systems collect, store, and transmit records of users' physical locations to central databases secretly. The implementation of smartphones adds to this privacy issues because these corporations have valuable information about your everyday locations and actions that may violate the law if used. Even parents are beginning to use smartphone surveillance on children when away from the house. These issues are ones that our founding fathers could not have specifically foreseen, but the emphasis on basic privacy rights in the Constitution should expand its interpretation to the technological world, as not doing so would infringe on individual online property rights. There are also copyright issues between tech companies that claim rights to certain physical and digital technologies on the smartphone specifically. Successful smartphone characteristics have been imitated by various companies in all facets of the phone, like the iPhone and the Droid sharing physical appearance and the ability to use the internet. On a more digital level, Oracle has claimed that Google's mobile operating system has infringed on their JavaScript. Google CEO Larry Page on the left and Oracle CEO Larry Ellison on the right attempted to persuade with their opinions, but it was deemed that Java is an open source software language that should be available to the public, not just Oracle. These copyright issues stem from commonly desired smartphone features that are now so widely used that the technology is considered unpatentable. Furthermore, Apple has had issues with the recent prevalence of jailbreaking or unlocking of all or most apps available on the iPhone. However, David Kravitz of Wired magazine states that while a copyright owner might try to restrict the programs that can be run on a particular operating system, copyright law is not the vehicle for imposition of such restrictions. Thus, Apple had no power to change the legality of jailbreaking. This issue arose from jailbreaking technologies that were not accounted for when smartphone technologies were invented, showing the effects that the progression of time and advancement can have on the law. With the different distribution of power that goes along with the evolution of smartphones, an evolving legislative policy regarding online intellectual property is needed along with it. In a world that is seemingly changing at a faster and faster rate, keeping up with legal issues that spring from technological advancement will be necessary. As we move towards a fully connected world, we must make sure that we are using our documentation and communication assets for the benefits they come along with, while seeking out and diffusing the ways they are used for corrupt or unlawful actions.